Hello grinders! My name's Erxike and today I wanted to talk about some of the things in this game that I wish I had known sooner. My experience comes mostly from playing a group Ironman for a little over a year now, so I'm hoping to spark some discussion around it. Number 1 is all about doing the skilling grinds in this game. I personally always liked combat the most in this game. And even on this Ironman, I did prefer the combat side of the game, but that has left my skills a bit neglected, as you can see on the screen right now. Now there's always this looming feeling of doom because I often run out of supplies, and my skills aren't leveled up enough to provide support for myself. So a lot of the times I'm stuck with having to ask my teammates around if they have any spare supplies they can give me. Next time, if I ever do make a new account, I will definitely be leaning more into skilling content. Namely, I wanna tackle thieving and farming to get my herblore supplies going early on. And I guess Hunter do in the early game because of the moonlight mods that can basically replace your prayer potions for the whole early game. For number 2, I wanna talk about Slayer here for a second. It's a love and hate topic for a lot of the player base, and I for sure tend to love Slayer. But this run through has taught me that sometimes it's okay to switch up how you do Slayer via different masters. I know Duradel is probably the best option if all I wanted to do is get higher levels, but Wilderness Slayer and even Konar can bring in some supplies, and it's a nice change of pace from time to time, especially if I'm starting to be more focused on collecting collection logs from all the different monsters in the game. Wilderness also has the benefit of providing pretty good experience at earlier levels, and even later on, it can still be competitive if dealing with PKers effectively. Revenant tasks from Wilderness Slayer will also benefit your account in the long term, especially now that totems can be chiseled down for some ether instead of GP, so go get those wilderness weapons. Okay, number 3, get higher prayer level. This isn't really a must as much as more of a nice quality of life upgrade you can do to your account over time. For anyone that didn't know, prayer restoration potions provide their effect based on the player's prayer level. Since prayer potions are often scarce on an Ironman account, every bit helps. Aim to get higher prayer levels every once in a while. I personally have been slacking on that front as well, so at some point I will be sitting down to Myths Guild and will be killing green dragons for my prayer experience. When it comes to prayer, another useful tip would be to get some prayer regeneration potions. They can make some of the grinds in this game a lot better. Earlier on I actually used some of the regen potions for Basilisk Night Slayer tasks, and the trips were quite long actually thanks to that. And just like Moonlight mods, prayer regen potions also don't care for your prayer level because they're always a static increase to your prayer restoration. So they can be quite good on an earlier Ironman account if you can get the seeds. Let's go number 4. AFK as much as possible. I'm still bad at this, and due to my current lifestyle, I have a lot of time to dedicate to this game. And let's be real, when you sit down at the computer, there's no way you wanna watch yourself fishing Karambans or mining stars. I too tend to pick higher effort methods for scaling that oftentimes don't actually generate supplies as much as other activities do. Stuff like barbarian fishing or power mining iron is pretty good XP, no doubt about that, but I feel like the AFK gamers get a win here due to the amount of resources they can gather whilst playing with lower effort. Or maybe it's just time for me to find a side hobby that's not RuneScape. Aww. And for number 5 I have sending bosses early. This goes for almost any boss in the game. A lot of the times it can feel like bossing would be more efficient after you get X, Y or Z upgrades or stats. And whilst it wouldn't be wrong to think that, a lot of the bosses can get less useful by that point in time. Huey Kotal in my opinion would be a perfect example of that. It's aimed at mid levels and its rewards are pretty mid game too, but the boss is very slow to kill at mid level stats. By the time you get the recommended gear, like Dragon Hunter Lance or maybe even an Abyssal Bludgeon, the boss just feels like it's not rewarding anymore. What you gonna use that T height for when you already probably have crystal armor. This can be somewhat true for other content around the game as well, mainly things like Moons of Peril and Royal Titans. Efficient Iron Man guides often skip over those pieces of content for one reason: getting a bow of Fardinin. It unlocks a lot of content early on, and that content just outshines the other options. This often introduces what is called opportunity cost. Will getting the Titan sprayers now before Gauntlet help me more than getting Bofa from Gauntlet first? Oftentimes the answer is that you should just send Group the Gauntlet and get your Bofa first. More recently though, alternative account progression guides are starting to arise, giving push to a more PvM focused route. But let's not forget about the first point in this video, shall we? Overall, I feel like Iron Man lifestyle is all about doing things yourself, even if you pick a group iron like I did. It's incredibly important to find the stuff you like to do and take the game as more of a game rather than a chore or a job. Carving your own path through the game and not following efficiency guides is what made it a lot more fun for me, even though I still feel lost at times and have to remind myself that had I picked a guide route, I wouldn't be having these issues. But in cases like these, I also like to think that I'm still playing my own account, not someone else's. Either way, the most important aspect is overcoming the setbacks Iron Man life may throw at you. Those are my thoughts on what I would do differently if I were to make a new Iron account today with all my previous knowledge. Is there anything you agree specifically on or disagree entirely? Leave a comment down below. And if you like this kind of a video, feel free to leave a like on it as well. And obviously, subscribe if you want to see more of it in the future. This is Ergsyke, signing off.